𝕝𝕝 is a fun Metroidvania, the art style was eye-catching, and that's what made me try it out. The controls were smooth, the pathing was pretty obvious, and the opportunity to upgrade skills and abilities for the little robot you control is what made me want to continue playing it. I did end up getting stuck because I couldn't find a path to open a door, but it was actually very fun to play. You do get to meet some of the characters early on, and the different environments made it really entertaining to go through. It wasn't very bland and stale, and like all the areas look the same, so that was a plus. I will keep an eye on this one, but I don't think it has earned a place on my wishlist quite yet. Tiny Bookshop is an incredibly chill game that has you opening up a small bookstore and selling secondhand books to locals. The local newspaper allows you to buy books and decorations to make your shop more enticing to those who visit the store. You also can decide which area of this small town to set up your shop for the day. The designing and supplying is completely in the player's hands, and I love that statistics play a minor role. The number of books that you have on your shelves actually affect the percentage that people will buy them, and certain pieces of decor also can boost or lower stats of people wanting to buy certain genres. When I finished playing the demo, I actually did want to play more. This might become a game that I start playing off stream in the evenings, because with all the downtime waiting for people to come and buy books, I don't think that it's perfect for streaming. Voyagers of Nera was a really fun co-op game that throws you into a land that feels void of human life. It is filled with trees, there's islands surrounded by tons of water, and there's crabs and rock monsters scattered among all of the land. Help spirits stranded across a bunch of islands and save them from the monsters and build a small base for yourself and your teammates. The world felt as though there might have been a flourishing ecosystem, but now it's been eradicated. We get a touch in the demo of what might have been the cause of this, but the demo was incredibly long, and I eventually just settled for stopping at about an hour and a half. I did play this with my friend in co-op, and it is incredibly fun in co-op mode, and I highly suggest playing it with a friend or two. I'm not sure if this one will make the wishlist quite yet, but it could possibly if my group runs out of multiplayer games. And it was surprisingly beautiful. I wasn't sure what to expect, but the world was gorgeous, especially at night. Morbid Metal is a hack and slash game that felt decently smooth, but I do wish that the movement could have been faster. I really enjoyed the two different fighting styles once I unlocked the second character, and that added a lot of range and options to play around with. I didn't fall in love with the game, but it does have potential. The actual fighting was incredibly fun, and it's primarily the lack of fast mobility that really kept me from loving it. All of the combos seemed fun, and the special abilities, and being able to play around with both different fighting styles in a single fight had really caught my eye. This one sadly though did not make the wish list. If the mobility improves, then maybe it'll get a spot. Lost and Found Co. is a brightly colored and adorably drawn game of find the object. The concept of finding hidden objects, seeking out jujus, and completing side tasks was pretty addicting. I ended up playing this game on stream the day that I streamed multiple demos, and this one was probably my favorite of that day. I love the creativity in this game, and it was so fun to search around. Everything is interactable, and you do have to interact with some machines to find the hidden items you're supposed to find. Each area felt really alive, and it just seemed to thrive on creativity and joy. I played all of what the demo had to offer, and I loved it, and this one is going on my wish list. Overdrive is a game that has been on my radar for a while, so I was excited to be able to test it out. I did hate how slow I was when walking around in instances of trying to do combat or exploring dungeons or just finding areas in the overworld that needed me to be off my hoverboard. I did really enjoy the surfing, but I didn't play long enough to unlock surfing for water or metal, so I was stuck surfing in only the sand. I do think it will be a lot more fun after unlocking those, but I just didn't get to it. I got through 2 dungeons, and those were the highlight of the game for me. I loved the puzzles and the setup for the 2 that I went into. I kind of want to play this on a Switch for some reason, and so I will see what it looks like on the Switch too. Ship Inc. is a quirky little game. Taking in boxes of scattered material, sometimes even dirty items, you take them in, clean the dirty items, and ship them out to the correct place. This is a very repetitive game that has you going through the cycle of making sure you do everything right. Make sure to put packing peanuts in the boxes, wrap up the breakable items so that they don't get damaged during shipping, and make sure you tag those boxes with the fragile tag. You also need to make sure that you're keeping tags on your stock and buy more when you need them. If you don't, you can still use those items, but it will cost you per item, and that can run up a tab pretty quick. So make sure to run by the store in the evening when you're off your shift. Bills need to be paid, so every night you go home, make sure you have enough money in your account to pay them. This one's probably going on my wish list, but will probably only be bought during a sale. Moonlighter 2 is a sequel to a game that I have yet to play, but it is in my Steam library. I liked the loop of go, fight, and bring back goodies, bring back artifacts, and then sell them in the store for money and gain power-ups along the way. The characters all seemed pretty delightful, and I feel like they'll just get better as time goes on, and the chemistry between them will kind of sort their way. Since I haven't played the original Moonlighters, I really don't have anything to compare it to. I've seen people say that they like this aspect more. I've seen people say that they like the original mechanics better, but since I'm going in on a clean slate, I have nothing to say to that. I do think that this will go on my wish list, but I don't think it's quite at the top yet. Hirogami is a game that I put on the list because it seemed like a game that was pretty much perfect for me. Only getting to play one level of the demo did make this one of the shorter demos that I played, but I did really love the creativity. Being able to use the fan in my normal form and transform into other creatures in order to solve the puzzles made this incredibly fun and reminiscent of a game that I would have played during my childhood. The joy that I get from good creative 3D puzzle platformers will be one that I just always want to recreate. And this does seem like a game that I will really enjoy the full one, so it is making its way onto my wishlist. Umami is a cute puzzle game that has you building 3D puzzles of cute pictures. It was incredibly simple, but I did enjoy my time with it. Having to create a full 3D puzzle with the front and back pictures being your only guide was super fun. Being able to really build what felt like a statue was different than a lot of puzzle games that I've played, and I just really loved how easygoing and bright and colorful the game was. I will have to actually look and see what the price is to decide whether or not I'm going to put it on my wish list, but it was a beautifully crafted game. Gemporium. This game was immediately added to my list of demos because it looked like it pulled the gameplay of Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum's Underground and just made it its own standalone game. Being able to go and dig up gems took up hours of my time during my childhood in the Pokemon games. So being able to do that again as an adult in a brand new game, it was a no-brainer. I needed to play it. And after bringing up my gems from the underground, I actually got to polish and sell them. The sound effects when you're polishing the gem were nearly addicting, and I just wanted to see how many gems I could get. Selling them and making money to improve my tools was just such an addicting gameplay loop. This game was so fun, and I actually wanted to keep playing even after the demo was over. This is definitely getting on my wish list. Dead as Disco was a demo that I almost skipped. I thought that this was going to be a rhythm game focusing on disco music, but I was incredibly wrong. This is actually a fighting game, and it has you attacking and defending yourself to the beat of incredible music. I desperately need the playlist right now, and I only got a fraction of the music available in the demo, and I am actually really needing to get this game so that I can see the full list. It was addicting in a way that I was not expecting, and this game is actually on my wish list, and it got put on there right after finishing the demo. And with that, that is my 12 Steam Next Fest recommendations. Let me know if you played any games outside of my list that you loved, or if you played any of the 12 and agree or disagree with my opinions on them. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, give a thumbs up, and if you want to go the extra mile, hit subscribe so you don't lose me in the sea of YouTube content, and I hope to see all you guys in the next video. Bye guys!